Fine. Then in the last session, we have done with the same line style. Is there any questions to be get clear of the previous session? So how to change the document orientation? This is how. Now the same line tool we have done with the basic property of the line, like how to change the profile, getting arrowhead and all. How to convert a fill to stroke. No, how to convert a fill to no, stroke to fill. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Fine, fine. So the stroke can be converted into fill
Object menu
from the
expand.
object menu expand, and it will ask two questions:
Turn off the fill.
turn off the off fill and go for the stroke and go for OK. Then it convert the design into a fill design. So the
Okay.
benefit of it, we can able to apply extra stroke to the edge, and we
Go
can
to the appearance window.
grow to this outside. This is the advantage of converting a stroke into a fill. So we can add extra stroke above to it, and the stroke's position can be controlled. If it is a fill, then we can get it to outside like this, or complete inside, or 50-50. So this is the extra things we have learned today, how to convert a line into a fill. And once we convert a line into a fill, then yes, we can able to apply extra stroke above to it. If we apply the stroke, then where we want to apply the strokes, does inside the fill area or outside the fill area, or 50% inside and 50% outside. These are all controlled inside the stroke palette only. Again, if it is a stroke with a curve or a bend, then how does the bend to look like is decided by the corner. By default, it is meter. We can switch to the round corner and the bevel cut. So these two options will applicable whenever the stroke is on a curved surface or a corner surface. Then these two options will get highlighted or get into the works. It will be there in highlight manner, but it will be in working conditions. Hope this much of things are clear. Is it okay? Now we'll move to the next slide. So the topic of the day, modifying the line. We have modified the line by the basic property. Now we'll be modifying the line with structural property. Structure. Now basic property already we have learned. What are the property of a line, like color, profile,
Oh,
thickness, weight, like style. They are like basic property. Now let us go to the structural property. Just I am customizing the curriculum and the syllabus. Now the structure. What before going into modifying the structure, let us understand what is there inside a line. A line is consist of few dots, and dots are connected by a path, and the dots are technically called as anchor point. And in between two anchor point, a path is there. And if we combine the anchor point and close the thing, then it form a shape. So we have understood now what is the technical terms arranged to this: anchor point, path, and shape. And the path turn into a technical term called stroke, and the shape turn into a technical term called fill. But a closed path form a shape. Fine. So hope we have understood what are the technical terms related to this. It is not only for Illustrator, the same for Photoshop and After Effects and InDesign. So three software the same. So let us see what are the things can be done to this path, and we got to know what is a path is. A straight line is not a shape, it is just a path which is consist of two anchor point minimum. Fine. We'll be start operating to this path, and what are the things can be done with this path and with this anchor point we'll see. Okay na? ఇప్పుడు వరకు మనకి ఏం అర్థమైంది? పాత్ అంటే ఏంటి, యాంకర్ పాయింట్ అంటే ఏంటి, సేఫ్ అంటే ఏంటి, స్ట్రోక్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఫిల్ అంటే ఏంటి. ఇప్పుడు ఏం మనం ఆపరేట్ చేయడానికి వెళ్తుంది, పాత్ మీద ఏం చేయొచ్చు, స్ట్రోక్ మీద ఏంటి, యాంకర్ పాయింట్ మీద ఏం చేయొచ్చు. చలో, సో లెట్ us make the design. Same straight line with minimum thickness 1 point. Now till now we have worked with the selection tool to get it move, but now we'll be learning a new tool to handle these anchor points, and that is called
Yes, sir.
path selection tool. Like this is direct selection tool, right? Not path, direct selection tool. And the keyboard shortcut
V. Sorry, A.
A. V for selection tool.
Selection.
Now extra one name come direct selection tool. It select the path, the anchor point independently. So let us see how to select the path or anchor point. Switch on the tool by activating the hotkey A. Move onto your screen. Let us see the structure or the shape of the anchor direct selection tool. Selection tool does have a fill arrow, but direct selection tool does have a empty arrow. This is the difference between selection tool and direct selection tool. By looking to the cursor, we can able to recognize what is going to be happen. Direct selection tool help to select the anchor point and path, but selection tool will select the whole together. So let us see the operation. How to select an anchor point? We can select the anchor point in two different manners. One, just click over here. We can find the anchor point selected, or else drag from outside, cover the anchor point. Hope we have understood now how to select an anchor point. Now let us have a note. How does the anchor point looks like? Anchor point looks like a field one till the time it is like unselected. If it is not selected, then it is empty circle. So catch to the screen now. Whenever it is selected, it is field one, and whenever not selected, it is empty. By looking to the anchor point, we can have to take a judgment which is selected and which is not selected. So hope these 2 points are clear. Unselected anchor point and selected anchor point. So hope we have understood now how many type of anchor points and how does it looks. Is it done? Now let's switch to the screen and catch to the anchor point position. The cursor went up. What it looks just like a button, like it add up a button below to the cursor. That means it is telling that I'm over to the anchor point. I'm over to the anchor point. So again, this is of two types. Whenever the direct selection tool over to the anchor point, it will come up with a box mark in the right down. It indicates that over the anchor point. This symbol will come whenever the anchor point is over to a anchor point. The cursor will appear like this, or else it will like normal arrow. Then it indicates that it is the time to go for move. So hope we have understood now how to select anchor point, how to move the anchor point by the help of the direct selection tool. Now catch to the screen. It is now over to the path. If it is over to the path, it takes the both. But whenever it is a case of multiple anchor point, then you can find some difference there. But for the timing, yes, we can able to move the path. Hope it is clear. 1 minute. Sorry. Now we have understood now how to move the anchor point. Now, how to add a anchor point in between two anchor point. So now the topic, how to add the anchor point. Yes, we can add the anchor point by the help of next tool called pen tool. Pen tool is a special tool which is applicable to add a point in between the path. So hope we have understood now how to add an anchor point in between these two anchor point. Now the whole graphic design revolves around these points. So we need to understand how to add the point. Now once we add the point, how to remove the points. Select the anchor point. Don't delete it. If delete, then it will delete the whole thing. So select the anchor point, move on to the option bar, switch to the option, remove selected anchor point. So two things we have add up now. How to add anchor point? By pen tool. And the next,
How to delete and
delete anchor point by option bar while working with the selection tool. So 2 point add up now. Next, how to add the anchor point in the next method. Select the object, switch to the object menu. Because it is related to the object, the things will be arranged inside the object menu. And we want to add a anchor point in the path. This is called path. That's why we are going to the option called path. And here we are asking to the software, add anchor point. Hope we can able to understand the option arrangement. Very systematically it has been arranged. Because it is an object, that's why it is there in object menu. And inside the object, we are talking regarding the path. That's why we are switching to the path. Inside the path, we are asking for what? Add anchor point, and the option is relevant here. So hope we have understood now how to add the anchor point with command, not by pen tool. Hope it is okay. Inside the last class, we have done some design, making a pen set design. Does it happen? Does it working? The reason of asking, like, yes, output has to come from your end. Now, we are proceeding further in that way. The difference between adding an anchor point through the pen tool and adding an anchor point through the object path, add anchor point. What is the difference between them and what is the common between them? Both of them add an anchor point. Both of them add anchor point. I'm very slow, but once you catch these, then we'll go for speed. Now, what is the difference? The difference is in pen tool, we are adding the anchor point wherever we like. But through this option, it add the anchor point exactly in between the two anchor point center. This is the advantage of making the anchor point through the object menu path add anchor point. Now hope the thing is clear. So let us go for a little action. We have understood what is direct selection tool and how to add anchor point in between the center of the object. So what more can be done? Let us see. Object, path, add anchor point. Now select the anchor point in the center. So hope we can able to see. These two are not selected. This is selected. Drag it down. Job is done. So hope we can able to see how to move it up, down. Now while moving, hold the Alt button and hold the Shift button. Already you have learned Alt makes the duplicate, Shift makes the accuracy. Job is done. So hope we have understood how to make a triangle from a straight line. Is it okay? Is it clear? Does my voice reaching?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay, fine. Now we have understood how to make a triangle. The same way, the next action with the same tool, or what is that, line tool. So here the triangle is having a fill color inside it. If you don't need this color to be there, does it color is there or not? How we can able to recognize? Yes, select the object and move it outside. You can see there is color here, the white skin and white color. It is not recognizable. To get rid of this problem, there is a special option inside the view menu. To recognize the canvas is white or transparent, we can switch to the option called show transparency grid. The next thing we have learned today, show transparency grid in the view menu with the command Control Shift and D. It make the canvas to transparent so that we can able to recognize the object is having fill color or not. Now, as if in the last class we got to know, we can remove the fill by activating it and clicking on this. So hope we have understood how to fill the color, how to remove the color, how to get transparency grid through the view menu. So hide transparency grid. Now the next action, what we have learned, how to convert a straight line into a triangle, and the next we are duplicating the same line, selecting with the direct selection tool. Now we'll be moving to the next process, how to break a line on the anchor point. Now the topic is very clear. Select the anchor point, switch to the option bar. Rather than deleting, Switch to the scissor like option. Cut path at the selected anchor point. Job is done. It look like a single line, but it is not a single line. It is two line. We can select it separately. If we can able to select it separately, then you can able to fill the color separately, and you can change the thickness separately. Hope it is clear. Is it okay?
Yes.
The same line. We have just learned one tool only. What is the tool? Direct
Line tool.
selection tool.
That.
And then after we have learned one option only. What is that option? Add anchor point.
Part.
And inside the direct selection tool, we have learned only two options. One is delete anchor point, and the other one cut the anchor point. So hope the things are clear. Now let's move to the next height. Same line. Now we can able to move the anchor point to the next position wherever we like by holding the shift button. Then it moves straight only. So hope the things are clear. Now the next option. Do the same job. Path. Tied add anchor point. Yes. We can move it up to the other end. And we can see now these two anchor point are there. So select all the anchor point in the middle and ask to the software, cut the selected path at the anchor point. So everything cut off. It looks like a single line, but it is not a single line. It is the combination of multiple lines. Hope it is clear. Now select this 2 point or select everyone. Get the thickness to rise a little. Then the next, we can select this two line. Get down the size. Again, one more down the size. And select this. Change the color to the next. So hope we have understood how to change the thickness and break it and make it. So easy. Now shift the position a little here and there by the help of your navigation arrow. Navigation arrow means left, right, up, down on your keyboard. It helps to move the object further left. So we are using this button. Select this and go to. Now, in this single click of the navigation arrow, how far it has to move is decided by the preference general. Here you can have to find a window, keyboard increment 1 point, and you can able to make it to 3 point, 4 point, how much you want. Then what happens on a single click, it will go 3 point movement. So now we have understood how to control the movement on the screen through the navigator. How much we want is done by the option called Control K, Edit Preference General. And here we can mention how much movement we want with the cursor or keyboard navigation. Fine then. Now the next option. So what more option we have understood? Control K. We can control the increment through the preference window. What is preference? Inside the edit menu. And Y to open to control the incremental keyboard in incrementals. Through the keyboard navigation arrow, how much we want to move. Fine. Now, how to copy the color from the screen? Question over. Answer. Step number 1.
Select
Select
the
the
tool.
object.
I drop.
Go to the eyedropper inside the toolbar. Keyboard shortcut
I.
T, and click on the object. Job is done. So hope we have understood the next tool today. Eyedropper. Keyboard shortcut I.
I.
So now we have taken into the next action, how to pick the color from your skin. Yes, you can get it down a little, and the same design what we have done in the last session, we have done the same design today, but the method was a little difference. The cut has been created by the software automatic, and the profile can be changed later on. How to add the profile? Select the object, increase the thickness, get it done. So making symbols becomes easier. Same tool, line tool. Now, one more option should be learning. How to do the duplicate?
Auto select.
Yes, beyond the selection tool, select the object, drag it up with the alt, find the double cursor, the job is done. Yes, you have already learned this. Now learn how to make the same duplicate with this interval repeatedly. Once a duplicate is done through this alt and drag method, it means how to make multiple duplicate with this much of distance interval. Question over. Answer. Once one of your duplicate is done, ఒక్కసారి ఒక డూప్లికేట్ అయిపోయింది సెలెక్షన్ టూల్ మీదే, డీసెలెక్ట్ చేయొద్దు. డోంట్ డీసెలెక్ట్. ఆ సెలెక్షన్ అలాగే ఉండాలా. కంట్రోల్ అండ్ డి, డి, డి. Note down how to make multiple duplication once one duplicate is done through alt and drag. Alt and drag చేసిన డూప్లికేట్ తర్వాత మల్టిపుల్ డూప్లికేట్ చేయాలంటే కంట్రోల్ డి బటన్ యూజ్ చేయండి. ఈ కంట్రోల్ డి బటన్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది అంటే ఆబ్జెక్ట్, ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్, ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అగైన్. That's what the software remember your transformations. Transform means either it is rotation, scaling, movement, either. Software remember all these things and he will duplicate the same. So hope we have understood now how to make a pen design through the same line tool. Is it clear?
So,
Fine. So let us be practical. Next, we're onto the same line tool only. Hold the alt button, drag it up. Now we'll see how to duplicate. It's fine. By holding the alt, sorry, and the shift button. Once the job is done, hope we have made it, but it is not visible, right? Nothing to get worry. In this condition, what to be done? There is the object is there, but it is not, the screen is not updated. So get it zoom in, zoom out. How to make zoom in, zoom out?
control plus.
Control minus, control plus. Immediately it will be visible. So hope we have understood how to sort out the problem. I'm very much practical and going on doing the events. Let's make some more event. But we are not learning any tools. Okay, line, only line is going on. Next, before we have seen how to select an anchor point, now how to select anchor points, not point, multiple point also we can able to select. Hope we can able to see now how to select multiple anchor point. Does it clear?
Yes, sir.
We can
Shift plus
select
select.
multiple anchor points if they are of different object. Yes. One of the big thing we can do now, that is called right click and join the anchor point. That means here two separate anchor point are there, but here only one anchor point is there because we have joined this. So one more option we got to know how to join the anchor point. Condition apply, the point should be separated. If separate unte matrame avutundi. So one above to the other, if it is already joined, then joining cannot be done. Now select it and join it. Now the question, why to join it, sir? Once you are joining, then it turns into a single object and we can fill any color we want. Then we have seen how to convert a open shape into a closed shape. How to make a open shape into a closed shape. Same line, but slowly we are developing different type of structures. Mathematical object can be done up. Next, same anchor point. Let us get it down with the shift button. Now, how to make sharp anchor point to turn into smooth anchor point. What is the topic now? How to convert sharp anchor point to smooth anchor point. Yes. Select the anchor point by the help of direct selection tool. Switch to the option bar and turn the third
Convert.
option called convert selected anchor point to smooth. So hope we have understood how to convert a anchor point into smooth. Is it clear? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now, already we have learned about join anchor point. The joining can be done in between two different objects or else in between two anchor point of a object. So these two type of joining can be done. So let us see now. Just give a right click and join. What happened? Instantly the same straight line closed up. Same anchor point. So the structure. Now let us go into a little heavy way. Already you have learned object, path,
Add anchor point.
add anchor point. Object, path, add anchor point. Now number of anchor points are there here. Now how to select a random anchor point? Question over. Answer. You can select by drag one, then hold the shift button, drag like this, and this. So what we have seen now, how to
Multiple lines.
select a random anchor point through the help of shift and drag or by the click. Then why to do this? To move the anchor point position from its original position to a little off by the hold of shift, we can grow exactly. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
So making a zigzag line becomes just a click away from you. Now the next. It not only to be a very zigzag, but it could be a wavy structure by the help of what? Select the anchor point, make it
Total
smooth.
smooth.
So hope we have understood how to make the anchor point to get it zigzag, smooth and all. Now the next. Yes. So what you have seen, a straight line is not only a straight line. A straight line is of number of design inside it. But we are just using the same straight line only. Now we'll see how to duplicate a line. Alt and drag. Select both the line and switch to the option called
Sure.
joining. Joining. So what we have seen now, a straight line is a rectangle, a straight line is a circle, like a square, a straight line is a rectangle, a straight line is a triangle also. So there is a triangle hidden inside it, there is a rectangle hidden inside it, and there is a square hidden inside it. So let us see it a little detailed way. Drag now and get it dragged, and already you have learned about the transform. Turn it into 90-degree. Now the object turn into 90-degree. Then what is the benefit? We can able to make a square out of it. Before it was a rectangle. Drag it up with the help of your alt, make a square. So select the object first two, then join it up. How to join? Already you have learned. Select this two, join it up. Select this two, join it up. So this is a single structure now. Hope it is clear. Now what we have tried over here, how to make a square out of a straight line. How to make a rectangle out of a straight line. Now, same square, drag it up. My goal of doing this, if I've done 10, at least 20 has to come from your end. If it is coming, yes, your money gets 300% return. We have not done any tool, only one tool we are traveling, but output has to come up. Next, how to make a duplicate of the object above to it. Question over. ఇదే ఆబ్జెక్ట్కి ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ పైన ఒక డూప్లికేట్ ఎట్లా తయారు చేయాలా? Control C for copy. Already you have learned. Paste in the front, paste in the back, all these options now practically used. Now how to rotate the object? Go to the transform button, switch to the degree, turn that into 45 degree. Job is done. Now it has shifted from its center, but why it has been shifted? Because the reference point is not in the proper place. Get it 45 degree, place it up. What you have seen, a straight line is a rectangle, is a square, is a star too. Hope it is clear. Is it okay? Just I'm taking your approval. Don't feel it is a question to you, but yes, output to be done up. Now we'll see how to make this start to turn into a complete close-up shape. It is possible. So the next option we'll be learning is Windows Pathfinder. Note it down. Windows Pathfinder. It converts the selected objects into a single object by the first option called Unite. Hope we have understood what happened on the screen. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we have just introduced one of the window inside the Windows menu called Pathfinder. What happened over here? It make the multiple object to turn into a single object by the first option called Unite. Is it clear? So what we have seen from a straight line, what can be done on the screen. It is not like the whole complete software to be get learned to make some design. With one tool, we can make 100 of designs and let it be in a systematic order. That's it up. Now, same direct selection tool, and the line segment. All three are get clear, right? And we have seen the line segment can be turned into different shapes. Now, one more option here. Take the direct selection tool, select this and switch to the curve. Smooth. Once we are turning a anchor point into smooth anchor point, what happens? Let us see and make the theory clear. Before we have seen what are the properties of a anchor point or a path. Now the time we convert a anchor point into smooth, then it bring up two straight line, and this straight lines associated with this anchor point is technically called as tangent. Now the importance of the tangent. Because of the
Curves line.
tangent, the path will turn into a curve.
Curve.
The curvature of the path is decided by tangent. So no tangent, no curve. So hope we have understood what is the use of tangent. And where is tangent? Tangent
Inside
is related to the
center.
anchor point. And the importance of the tangent to gender the path to be turned into curve. No tangent, no curve. So hope we have understood now what this smooth command makes. It generates the tangents. And the tangents can be dragged by the tangent head. This is called tangent head. And the more we drag, the curve will be that much of curved. The less the length of the tangent, the lesser the curve. Now, if you don't need this curve, then cut the tangent. Now, how to cut the tangent? Question over.
Become anchor
We
point.
can convert the smooth to linear or like corner. Then instantly the tangent get cut and this smooth turn into sharp. So now two more options we have understood related to the anchor point, corner and the smooth. And the next we got to know what? Delete or remove anchor point, right? And the next point, what we got to know? Cut the anchor point with a scissor mark. Cut them. So these many operations we have learned today with the direct selection tool. And these many shapes we have understood today. And a big window get open called Pathfinder today. What is that? Pathfinder. Inside the Windows menu. And it does an option called Unite. What it does? It make two things to turn into single object, right? Unite. Fine. So what is the task to be done? Make some shapes with the help of a direct selection tool and a straight line. Take only a straight line and try to create multiple shapes. How many shapes we can make, that much of aptitude we do have, and that much of creativity works can be done. So try the triangle, try a triangle, a rectangle, square, pentagon, hexagon, right? All the things can be tried out. So how many shapes we can do? That much of uh, options we do open for making logo designing, because this will be help you out. The time we enter into the job, they will first ask make a logo design. Then they'll ask make icon design, website design. అలాగే ప్లేస్కి వెళ్తే ఇదే ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్. లోగో డిజైన్ చేయండి, ఐకాన్ డిజైన్ చేయండి, క్లిప్ ఆర్ట్ డిజైన్ చేయండి, right? So at that time this will help. And so let us make. So we have done enough thing in the state. So you can start working with this. I'll introduce one more shape now, and we'll go in detail about the shapes in the next session, but the introduction is start off. But we have introduced with the direct selection tool So let us take a new canvas. Check to the screen. Already you have learned these things, right? Already you have learned, right?
Yes, sir.
How to make it color. Select this, switch to the next color. Select this, switch to the next color. Select this and the next available color. Hope this art we can do it up. Now check to the screen. Direct selection tool helps to select the anchor points or anchor point. Yes, covering more, then anchor points get selected. Check. Now what happens? We are just dragging this anchor point. The other side is same. Now hold the Alt button, get a duplicate. Make a very complex design within fraction of second. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
No extra things we have done. We have learned the tilt. We have learned the direct selection tool. We are just fusing them to get the art done. Same job. So millions of designs are there in your brain. You can do it up. Drag, hold the tilt. Now the tips and tricks on the tilt button. While you're moving very slow, then it is very close. By the time you're moving fast, the distance is more. The speed decides the distance in between the two lines while you are working with tilt button. Now you can add the arrowhead. How to add the arrowhead? One, two, three, over. Right?
Yes,
And you can make the dotted lines. Just one button go. So you can create n number of designs. So I'm not switching to any more design part because it can be done by you. But options wise, touching more. So this is what the summary of the class. What we have learned inside the classroom. We have learned about one of the tool, direct selection tool, one of the option, path, add anchor point, and the next inside the direct selection tool, we have understood one, two, three, four option: linear, curve, add, remove, cut. Except that, we got to know one of the window called Pathfinder, which is help to unite the things. So maybe like it is somewhere here. Windows and go for Pathfinder. Control Shift F9. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
So that's it for the day. The task is very clear. Make multiple steps with the help of a simple straight line. That could be a task. And we'll meet in the next session with the next tool that is called Arc tool. Fine for the
Thank
day?
you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.